Hey, good morning. Happy Saturday. So nice to see you all here. Good morning, everyone. Today we're talking mindset, manifestation, and meditation with one of our own, with one of the Vicarians. We're talking to Viv from Yoga Bliss Dance. But first, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie Perry. I am a year-round house sitter. I'm the creator of House Sitter School. I help Black women take a sabbatical or move abroad on a budget. If that sounds good, sorry, if that I'm rushing. If that sounds good to you, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you turn on notifications so that you'll be notified when I post a new video or when I go live like today. Welcome. All right, welcome, Viv.
Hello, I'm glad to be here.
We're glad to have you
I'm
here
a
today.
little
Talk to
wonky.
us.
Yeah, I'm a little wonky because I just got my second COVID shot and it knocked me down a little bit yesterday, and my brain is still a little bit off, so I apologize in advance. So I'm Viv. I coach women primarily in meditation and mindset, and especially women who have been through a burnout situation like I have, and I coach them with meditation and spirituality. So that's the short story.
Yes. Okay. We're going to get all into it. We're going to get all into it. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mom. Good morning, Rosanna from Waffle Cat. Good morning, Becoming Nirel. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Kim. Hey, Janice. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Mary. Hey, Lauren, Gina, Eleanor. Hey, Tyus. Good morning, Sandra, Rashid. Okay, Gina. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so we're here to talk today about the mindset, okay? Because I know that sometimes we have something, a goal, a dream, a plan for ourselves, and we just can't seem to get there. We can't seem to break through to it, or we can't even seem to accept that this is a valid dream. We bury it. That could be moving abroad or taking a sabbatical or this kind of thing. Or it could be something totally different. Mine is authorship. So I want to talk today about mindset and manifestation. I want to talk today about Viv's particular journey. I want to talk also about like the physical stuff, yoga. Like, should we be doing yoga and meditation? Do I need all of that? I want to talk about these things. All right. So if you have some questions, Viv is a coach. So if you have some questions for her, drop your questions. We'll be here for a while. You know how that goes, but don't assume that I'm going to get to what you want to get to. If you want to get to it, you're going to have to type it in because I'm going to ask her my questions. Because as you can tell, I have an agenda. I need help. So she's here to coach me up today. And so if you want some coaching, you need to get in the chat. Okay. Good morning, everyone. If you're watching the replay, leave your questions, your comments in the replay. Also, I'm going to link to Viv's YouTube channel. She is Yoga Bliss Dance on YouTube. You might as well hit the button and subscribe to her now while Truffles is right under me barking. You might as well hit
And
the
so
thing and
I
subscribe
will
now.
come back. I'll come back and answer questions. And if the replay folks have questions, I'll come back in.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's very helpful. Very helpful. Okay, Viv, so let's talk a little bit about, you talked about you help people who are recovering for burnout. Let's talk a little bit about, I just watched a video of yours on how to know if your manifestation is coming. And you said that your current situation is a
Mhm.
result of your past beliefs, right? A lot of Black women have a belief, or whether it is currently or was until recently, a belief that we had to hustle and work hard and be exhausted to be a valuable person, that Black women gain their value from what they do for other people, not from who they are. And so we find ourselves in a state of being burnt out, in a state of being um, tired, right? And sick and tired of being sick and tired, like Fannie Lou Hamer said. So I want to talk a little bit about the idea that your current situation is a result of your past belief. Now you said this is known, right? But when you said it, it was profound to me because maybe in your circles it's something that is like a given, but to me I was like, oh yeah, that's true.
That your current situation is a result of your past thoughts,
Yeah,
beliefs. Actually, yeah, I mean, it's sort of caught, yeah. But, that can be complex because some people take that in the wrong way. It's not meant to blame us at all, but it's really meant to give us back control.
Yeah.
Give us, and I believe, Steph, I want to first say that I believe we're in co-creation. Okay. So not, we don't control everything, but it's that what happens to us, how do we respond, right? And then that creates a cycle of what we have,
Mm,
for
mm.
sure. And for us as women to feel more empowered. Maybe I can share my story a little bit here
Okay.
briefly, because I really did burn out. I really, really did burn out. I was a college professor, and it was a big deal because I was the first one in my family to even go to college.
Hmm.
Okay, so it was a really big deal to then be teaching in college, and I hustled really hard. And one thing I want to warn women about is what I did is I gave the job everything.
Hmm.
Looking back, only looking back did I realize, wow, I didn't have any play. I stopped seeing my friends. I stopped doing
Hmm.
what would nourish me, and I focused more on the job.
Hmm.
And that is really dangerous. It's not worth it. No job or money is worth it.
Hmm.
Okay, that's really, really important. So yeah, I was being bullied by four men at in the college, and it was just, I mean, I was diagnosed with PTSD when I left teaching. So
Hmm.
I said to my therapist, well, I mean, I haven't been to war, like seriously. And she goes, oh no, you can have PTSD from many different things. So
Hmm.
yeah.
What was your so what so how long were you in the situation, and what was your thinking? If that was a result of your beliefs and your belief system, what was your thinking that would keep you there in that situation?
Okay, that's a very good question. I was giving it all my worth, Steph. I was like, well, now you're a professor. Now you have a good job. Now you're finally making money. So this is more important than because my feelings told me
Yeah.
this is wrong, right?
Yeah.
My feelings were like, these people are mean. They're petty. I mean, I really won't even get into the things they would do. You wouldn't believe like professors, right, would do like such petty things to
Hmm.
kind of harm each other.
Yeah.
And you guys, it was art. Like art is supposed to be, relaxed and you can do what you
Oh.
want kind of thing, but they would argue about the type of art I liked and what was good, it was just really petty. So yeah, I obviously believed that the status was more important at that point.
Mhm.
And I also didn't want to let my family down,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't want to let my family down, so
Hmm.
that was
So
hard.
so you had to go on a journey, or you had to take a transition from being a professor is who I am, and this is that it
Yes.
is the value that I bring, to
Mhm.
what? What what how did how did you let that go? How did you let it go?
It was very difficult. I really felt like this. I was riding the waves. I mean, I always, and again, to the women watching, to make it valuable for them, you always have, you have your power and you have your skill. So what I did first is I was like, okay, I have to get out of this department. So I went to the college president, and literally she reassigned me. So once I realized that I was really harming myself, that I was getting sick, Steph. I was having physical
Mm-hmm.
symptoms, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is the first sign. I would say you need to leave a job when you were starting to have health problems from the job. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I first got transferred out. I basically made up a new position for myself, teaching wellness to the faculty,
Oh.
to the staff. Yeah. So I was
Oh.
very creative. The same creativity, I turned it and I said, look, give me a year. I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave the college. I can't work with these people, but I need a year to get myself ready to get out.
Okay.
And it was a woman running the college, and she agreed, and we came to this arrangement. I did
Okay.
get tenure. I did get tenure though, and that's very important before I left. So
Okay. So Coclo 27 says this is her story too, and Becoming Nirel says she's in the exact same place. She just prayed about this. Yeah, I think that Rashida interviewed someone about burnout in Black women, and she said burnout is not not someone she interviewed. Her name will come to me, and she said burnout is not it's not only a Black woman thing, but it just hammers us so much harder because of the extra pressures that we get, the extra messaging that we get that we are what we do and our value is in what you do. If you don't
Yeah.
do enough, if you don't have two jobs plus run a business and raise your own four children and your eight nieces and nephews while going to law school, and then you're not a valuable, worthy person. So
Right.
it does hammer. So that messaging plus um, the actual physical, the realities of the job, and maybe the toxic situation or whatever of the job, just
Hmm.
are so much harder on us. I'm sorry, y'all. So you guys can hear Truffles already. So I did everything I could today. I'm house sitting, I'm pet sitting. There are four dogs. I'm in Tampa. It's a beautiful home. The dogs are off the chain. So not usually, they're usually pretty quiet, but I took them on a long walk. I tried to tire them out. I gave her favorite toys, and still they're not behaving. But
You
we're
did
gonna.
everything you could, Steph. It's fine.
I
It's
did my best.
fine.
I did my best. All right. Juanita says getting tenure means that pension is secured. Is that right? I don't know what tenure means.
Well, if you stay. So,
Okay.
you guys, I did something that's very unusual. I got tenure and then left.
Mm,
Basically, I walked away from a job for life because that's what tenure means
okay.
is you have a job for life, but I walked away from it. Honestly, I went to Kripalu. I don't know if any of you have been. It's a yoga center, and that's where I was certified in yoga. It's a beautiful retreat center. I went there and I came back very clear that I should leave,
Mm,
honestly. So do whatever process you need to have quiet time, maybe take a weekend retreat. If your church has a retreat, just get away somewhere if this is your situation where you can put aside the other voices. But I have to tell you, Steph, what happened is I came back ready to leave, but that was the year before tenure. And my friends, two girlfriends, convinced me to stay. They said, don't let those people run you out of here.
uh-huh.
They came at me with the strong black woman thing,
Yeah.
right? And I love them to death.
Mm-hmm.
But interestingly, and this is honest to God truth, both of them had health problems that
Mm-hmm.
I believe that I know was worsened at least by the teaching at the college. But they're like, no, you're not going to let them run you out of there. They were trying to protect me.
Yeah.
So I stayed another year, and that's when it got worse. And that's when I really hit bottom because I stayed beyond what my intuition and
Your
spirit had said
tolerance.
leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
had said.
Yes. Can you repeat the name of the retreat? Becoming Nirel wants to know. You said the
Oh,
yoga
okay. Well,
retreat. Oh,
yes. And Steph, can I ask you a weird question, but important? You're lagging a little bit, and I'm wondering, we're not using Zoom, right? Can I quit Zoom?
yes. You can quit Zoom.
Okay, hang on,
Yes.
guys. Let me just quit Zoom because I think it's hogging a lot of my. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I'd love to answer that. There's actually a retreat specifically for, I think she says women of color um, at Kripalu. So just go to kripalu.org.
Can you spell
K
Kripalu for me?
or Kripalu. Now, I went way back in the day. I'd be like the only black person in the building, and goddesses, if you want to go somewhere, go somewhere. Don't, for me, it's important for us not to limit ourselves like, oh, I can't go there. Or I
Yeah.
would. Back in the day, I'd be the only one at a meditation retreat. There wouldn't even be anybody Asian, you guys. I'd be
Hmm.
looking around as like, but
Yeah.
there is a retreat for women of color, and I think it's in the fall that I've taught at. It's really wonderful, lovely. A lot of academics go to it too.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So it was the next step yoga?
So, well, to be really honest with you, what I had stopped, like I said, I stopped doing yoga. I wasn't meditating. Basically with burnout, Steph, what happens is the job takes you over. So typically you stop doing things that create balance in your life. That's why it's burnout, right? Because you're going way too far with the work. So I wasn't even doing yoga. It was only when I left, like guys, I literally had what would be called a breakdown. And I drove my little car off into the woods and I house sat. This is where the house sitting comes in. Really magical. Because I think when we're in our power, we can be very magical. I found a house sit for 6 months
Oh.
because I didn't want to see any people, Steph. I was so burnt out. I was so low in energy. I literally packed all my things into this little car, drove to the hills of Western Massachusetts, and I house sat for 6 months in this cottage in the woods.
Okay.
And if you want to know how I found it, it's really sort of interesting
Yeah,
and the
tell us.
magic.
Yeah,
Um,
let's hear it.
I just said to myself, well, you're a yoga teacher. Yoga people are friendly. Why don't you just call a yoga studio in the town? And I'm like, that's kind of weird. I don't know. Oh, just call them. Again, listening to my intuition. I called the first person I called, talking to her. She's like, and I said, I'm going to be moving. Oh, no, I think I had already looked at the town and the area. But I
Mhm.
basically called her and said, do you know anyone? And I had already determined house sitting would work because anyway, she basically is like, no, I don't know anybody. And then she paused. She goes, oh, wait a minute. No, I do know a woman who often goes away and has people take care of her house. Wait a minute. And she connected me to her, and I ended up taking care of her house. The only bill I had to pay was like the electric and gas. So
Mhm.
it was perfect. It was perfect.
Wonderful. Yeah, so
And
we
that's
are
when I did the yoga. That's when I went back. Every day I just did yoga. That's all I literally remember. I was so burnt out that if you ask me what I did for that time, I only remember every day I'd roll out my mat and I would just do yoga by myself, quietly.
as you know, I am in favor of quitting your job and doing nothing, right? I am in favor of that. We don't get enough opportunity to do nothing, to just see what you're into. Try, or do the things that you already know you're into. I'm a big proponent of that. And also what I'm getting from this is that you asked, right? You asked for what you want. You were able to say it out loud. I need a house sit. Ask for what you want, and things did unfold for you. Were
Mm.
you feeling, so you said you don't, because of the PTSD, you don't have a lot of memory of that time, but did you feel like you were gone for good, or did you think that this was a temporary break?
Oh, no, no. So I had negotiated like sort of an exit deal, but it
Okay.
wasn't probably as generous. Literally, I could have had a lawsuit. People were telling me you have a lawsuit. And a lot of the women watching might be able to relate. When you're so worn down, I actually got a lawyer, but the thought of a lawsuit and that
Hmm.
process, I said, I'd rather walk away. So I got like a little bit of a health settlement. And during the 6 months, I just was focused on healing myself. I did teach like one yoga class for
Okay.
that woman who had the yoga studio, but I really felt like I was almost like the Walking Dead, to be really honest with you.
Hmm.
It's when it's that bad, you're going through, but you're not really present.
Yeah.
So, and I
Yeah.
also came off of antidepressants, which might not have been a good idea.
Yeah.
In hindsight, might not have been a
Kindness.
good idea.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we have a lot of women in the chat talking about their own work situations, toxic
Mm-hmm.
work environments in academia or out.
Academia. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I know that this is a common struggle, right? We're going to talk today about some mindset, some
Yeah.
manifestation, some meditation that can either make, I think leaving is the answer, right? That's no surprise to anybody, but we're going to talk about some things that can make the leaving easier, or make the life that you want, make it so that you can actually live the life that you want, right? Now that you've experienced the situation that you don't want to be in, you can actually live the life that you do want to be in. You can live the life of your dreams. That's not just for certain people, right? For young people, for white people, for rich people. It's not. It's for anyone. It's for people. And so we want to talk about that shift from, I'm in a situation that I don't want to be in anymore. I used to value hard work, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go down as a hard worker. I don't want Stephanie Perry was a hard worker on my tombstone. I don't want, so and so gave all she had. I don't want that to be my epitaph. So you had a or not nice, but you had a transition into um some solitude and some solitary time to start thinking about what you did want. That is the benefit of a break. We take a break
Yeah.
because you don't know what's coming. You don't know what you really want to do while you're just dealing with the regular, while you're on
And
the
and
hamster wheel.
you're not in a good position. I call my group goddesses. Goddesses, you're not in a good position to make big decisions when you're coming from that toxic place. You know what I mean? It's like trying to write affirmations when you're depressed.
Hmm.
You know, you need a transition time. So Steph, I completely agree with you on that. There needs to be a transition from the pain, the suffering, the depression. You need a little bit of active healing time before you can even think of what do I really want in my heart? Like, what does my
Hmm.
spirit really want? And I want to say that I loved my students. The students were fine. For those of you in academia, especially if you're teaching, the students were fun. They were kids. You know, they were community
Yeah.
college kids. They were fine. It was the other staff.
Hmm.
So the other adults, the other grown-ups who were not acting like grown-ups. So give yourself, like Steph is saying, whether it's through house sitting, and it worked for me. I mean, the woman didn't even have pets. She just wanted someone in her home, you know,
The
while she was gone for 6
dream.
months. Yeah. Now, my house was not as fancy as the one Steph is in right now. It was like it was a little cottage in the woods. And there's some stories about that, but it was very peaceful. And that's what I wanted more than anything, Steph, was peace, you know? So
Yes,
I hear you.
yes. We don't get to experience peace of mind. But we have set our lives in the U.S. have been set up to not have peace of mind. Like it's just that's just how it's set up. Ms. Hurricane says therapy is good too. So Browntown, okay. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can I say something about that? I feel that
please.
I hear this. Again, I'm from Jamaica. And so I mean, maybe slightly different in that I didn't have any ideas about therapy. But
Mhm.
I know for a lot of Black folks in the US, therapy is looked upon as it's just
Mhm.
not regarded as something. Now, I think part of that is the legacy
Changing.
of racism, right? That's changing, but maybe it's, well, the therapist might be someone who doesn't understand me, might be from a different background, whatever. But I think if you can find a good therapist, okay, and you may have to go through 4 of them, okay, because even my own sister has said to me, oh, I had a therapist, and she made an excuse. But you may have to go through 2 or 3 to find a good one. They're not all good. And you won't vibe with every therapist. But I think that's somebody who's professional, who's on your side. Okay. So I would definitely go for therapy. My therapist was the one who's like, oh, no, you're normal. It's the school that's toxic. In fact, real quick, the therapist I went to saw other people from the college. So she knew. And she told me, she goes,
Ah,
I know that college is toxic because I have other patients.
gosh. Oh no, they were keeping her in business. Yeah.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Rashida and I interviewed 12 Black women who had taken a sabbatical to travel, and quite a few of them, it was their therapist or it was their doctor who recommended the sabbatical. Your therapist is probably on your side. Yes. So
Yes.
in the description of this video, and I can't get it in time to link to it now, but in the description of this video, you'll see Rashida's video on free and low cost therapy resources for Black women. All right. So,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
I wanted to go to Browntown's question. All right. So, what do we do to heal? She said that she's in or is coming out of a similar situation at work. What does she do to heal? She'd like to begin meditation or yoga, but need a good starting tool. Or any? Are there any good books?
Oh my gosh.
So,
Well, I mean, there are tons. There's tons of stuff. I mean, I have videos on my channel. I would just on YouTube, if you want, like just Google yoga, beginners yoga. I would start with beginner or gentle, right? Because you're not
mhm,
trying to like aerobicize and stress your
yes.
body. Start with gentle. Okay, and I actually have a lot of meditations on my channel that
Yes.
you're absolutely welcome to go check. But I would start with YouTube actually, and there are books. There is a woman named Shola Arewa, who, though I think her book is like impossible to get in America. I think she's British, and she mixes African spirituality with the chakras. Um, you could check her out specifically, but there's a lot. I also have a course on the chakras, which are very much about healing our energy because the chakras govern different areas of our life, whether the heart chakra for love and relationships and so on. So it's kind of a little bit higher level work. I would first start with a gentle yoga and start with like mindfulness meditation. Which mindfulness is just literally where you're sitting and just becoming aware of your breath, becoming aware of your thoughts, and you're just seeing what's there. You're seeing like what the hell's going on inside me. That's all it is.
Do
Yeah.
you, so you practiced mindfulness meditation. You had a different word, right, for it? You call it something else? Maybe not.
Well, mindfulness, no, mindfulness goddesses is the most studied type of meditation.
Okay.
So it's the one where they're putting it in therapy now. They're putting it for pain management. If any of you have chronic pain, it is the type of meditation that was kind of adapted to the West. They took out any religious aspect
Mm.
and used it, like I said, with people with chronic pain, people coming out of like surgery, and it's not religious. You're basically, like I said, training yourself to concentrate your mind, and you use your breath as the focus. And I do definitely have, you can reach out to me. Steph, maybe you can put away where they can reach out to me, because I do, offer coaching on that. I'm really good at putting things together for individual women, because we you may be overweight. You're going to do a different type of yoga than someone who is, a former gymnast, right?
Yeah.
So you have to start where you are. You have to start where you are. And that's what I'm good at working with folks
Okay.
with.
I'm
Yeah.
trying right now to link to your video on
Okay.
starting mindfulness meditation, but
Oh, great. Yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah.
it's taken me forever to get the link.
Oh, no. Well, take your time. They can have something to drink and
Let's see. Do you
no,
have
seriously.
speaker on? Is that on your end? I'm hearing an echo.
Steph, you're dropping out a little bit, and I'm sure it's my
Let's see.
say that again.
Did you change, something's changed about the sound? Are
Oh,
you
is
on
it
a,
better or worse?
no, it's worse. There's like an echo and I can hear myself. Are you using,
I didn't
do
change
you,
anything.
do you have our video playing?
No, nope. I have one screen open, and it's this one.
Okay.
Yeah, while you were talking, I literally before closed every single thing. Actually, for me, you're a little bit better now.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah,
this
you're
is
actually
the
better.
video on starting mindfulness meditation. I'll link to that in the chat, and then if you're watching the
That's
replay,
the
I'll
best
link to it
one.
over in the description.
Yeah, that's the best one. So let's get to how do we shift out? Let's keep talking
Yeah.
about. So we talked about therapy, and on therapy, I want to say, Steph. Typically, if you almost every area has like a low cost community clinic. Okay. So no excuses. That's how I always started therapy. I would literally qualify, especially after leaving academia, you qualify for like low cost, or even most jobs pay for a certain amount of therapy sessions. Have you had
Mm.
that experience, Steph? Most employers do pay for about 10 therapy sessions.
We have, so it's been a long time since I've had a job, but we did have, I'm sure it was part of my benefits. There's really bad
Yes.
feedback though. Let me see. Let me get rid of my
Okay.
earphones. Maybe it's my earphones.
Okay. Yeah, because you're because maybe it's okay for them.
No, they're saying in the chat that there's an echo.
Oh.
Let's see.
Yeah, I didn't change anything. I'm plugged in. I am on Wi-Fi, and that's what I have. And there's some kids in the property, and so they may be gaming.
Well, do you have your phone? Do you have like another device watching us? Like your phone or your tablet or somewhere watching us?
No, 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 no. I know what you mean. I don't have the video playing on YouTube at the same time.
Okay.
No.
All right. We're going to roll with it. Okay. All right. So let's talk about your chakra course. Let's talk about what coaching you provide. You said that your chakra course itself is more advanced, but how can a beginner get started with you? How does someone know if they're ready to start working with you?
Well, since you're a lot of your audience has experienced what I've experienced. If they would like coaching on transitioning out, out of, and how to start thinking about it. I'd actually like to talk more about that even than working with me, but they can work with me in terms of how to make that transition, maybe getting some practices together to strengthen themselves so that they're able to see that they deserve something better. A lot of women say to me things like, well, I can't leave this job because it has such good benefits. And
Yes.
often, and often they mean health benefits, but I always say, well, you need those health benefits because the job is toxic. So they often go together. The toxic job has great health benefits, right? Why is that? So it is a risk, but the thing is, typically your health is going to improve.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just going to get better. So the chakra course I have, where you can actually take it on your own as a self study, and I have different levels at which you can take it. And so if anyone can do it, but it is a sort of higher level of working with meditating. It will definitely help clear blocks that are holding you back, like fear, like stuff we had said. Maybe we want to talk a little bit about fear, because that's really what's behind it.
Yes.
Behind staying toxic in a toxic place.
Yes, a fear of a few things, right? Fear of other people's judgment, fear for our own future, because we're told, that the job is our key to security for our future, even though I don't know of any jobs that really, except for, I guess, being a professor is probably one of the last where where you are actually guaranteed a future. And then the fear of just, but who am I, right? Who am I if I'm not Professor Perry, Dr. Perry, Miss Stephanie Perry, Esquire? Who am I? That is scary. That can be very scary to people, to women who have always looked to this one path as the way forward for them.
I would say it's actually a spiritual issue, because when you said this idea of the job is we have to not think of the job as our security, but really feel like our security is within, and our security is actually with spirit, with God, with the divine. Meaning, we have to have a deep trust that we will be taken care of, and that we deserve to thrive. Okay, maybe that's an affirmation. I deserve to thrive and be happy, right? So you're right. When I was hanging on to the job as my security, I let it basically poison me, right? But when I feel like I was forced away from it, but if we can say, you know what? I believe we all come here for a purpose, Steph. Like, I think you're clearly on your purpose, and I've heard you say that, and it's clear to me that you are, right? You found it in a roundabout way. Like, you didn't like, oh, I'm going to teach people about house sitting, but you don't just teach women about house sitting. You're teaching them a method. There are probably a couple methods, but to be able to, live freely, travel to other places. So you're giving them a way out. So I think we all have a purpose. And I think if we can start to tap into what is that, right, through our values, what do I really value, then we can find our way to where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So the job isn't our security. The job is not our security. We have to let go of that.
Yeah.
We can build our own security. And that's actually a root chakra issue, to bring it to the chakras. That the root chakra has to do with family, tribe, ethnicity, nationalism too, like our country. And, there are good and bad aspects, because sometimes we cling too much to that, to like, well, this is what my people do. Like, I'm going to give you this may be a dumb example, but years ago, I had a family member. I was going to eat, it was the one I remember, but it happened twice, but I bought a certain type of lettuce. Okay, you guys, let Steph know in the comments if you've had anything like this. And it was like some random lettuce. And my sister looked at me and she goes, "You're buying that?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "What? Only white people eat that type of lettuce or something?" And I'm like, "Really? The lettuce has a race like related to it?" And I'm like, "No, I'm going to eat this lettuce I like, whatever." But again, it's that idea we may unconsciously have. This is what we do. This is how we have to do it. I think that can really, oh, hey, Karen. Thanks for putting, yeah. I have a lovely story about Karen, but Karen's someone I work with. Yeah. We have to break out of that sometimes. And that's root chakra, which can hold us back, because it is about, this is how we've always done this. I don't want to be, maybe we don't want to earn more than our mom or our dad. Things like that can, or even, another example, my mom used to make fun of me and tell me I was lazy because she was a cleaning woman, Steph. And so she's like, you've never had to work as hard as I have. So in the back of my mind, I do have this guilt, right? Oh, well, I need to work hard. My brother also said that to me because, again, in Jamaica, they worked very hard. And so they're like, oh, you don't even know what work is, So we have to unpack some of that and just sweep it away,
All right.
Yeah.
So we're starting this with mindfulness meditation. How are we getting started?
I would start, well, first of all, you need to get away.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Yeah.
Both you and I, we believe you have to get away to
absolutely.
someplace peaceful. Hopefully. I would, if you could afford a little meditation retreat or a yoga retreat, or if you have to, you could even just do it at home. What if you just took a Sunday or a Saturday off? Steph, I know you had a thing where women could set aside like 3 hours and sort of plan.
A breakthrough
So
day.
just what did you call it?
A breakthrough day. A day to work on your breakthrough.
So just do that. Do some meditation, do some yoga. Okay, and it's not about showing off with yoga. I think that stops a lot of Black women very much. And I have to tell you, even on Instagram, I stopped following some women who were my age, but they were just skinny and they were in little like bikinis doing yoga. And I was like, why? You know what? They're making me slightly jealous and they're making me feel bad about myself. So I just stopped. Because I'm like, wait, why am I watching people who make me feel bad about myself?
That's right. Unfollow. We talked with Tosh about, when Tosh Patterson was here to talk decluttering, we talked about competitive minimalism, right? People who are like, oh, you're a minimalist. You have 8 pairs of pants. I have 2 pairs of pants, right? I only have 1 fork in my whole house.
I don't wear pants.
So
I have nothing.
So we see the same thing in the manifestation, mindfulness, yoga community. You see those same kind of people gravitating toward it, and like competitive manifesting and competitive yoga, and like not the point of it. So if that's turning you, if you're somebody who that's turning you off, that's not the point of it. It's
unfollow them. I think Jessamine, is it Jessamine Stanley? She has a book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She has a book out and she's got a channel for specifically plus size Black women. And she's wonderful. She's been featured in Yoga Journal more recently than I have. I was way back in the day.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
I linked to a video of Jessamine's in the descriptions, and if anyone is interested, she is a fat Black woman who does yoga, right? It's not, like we say, it's not for just these people. It's not just for 21-year-old white Australians. It's for you. Okay. So I linked to a video of hers in the description.
Oh God, white Australians. Okay, that was funny.
They're all over the internet for some reason. And whatever thing you're interested in, they're the face of it, right?
Well, they have a lot of beaches. I guess they're doing yoga on the beach. What are you gonna do? I was doing yoga in the Bronx when I was growing up. I started doing yoga when I was like 14, and we were in the Bronx, so that would not have been on Instagram. That was pre-Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they have like for house sitting, they're the face of house sitting, but they're not the average house sitter is like over 65. But if you Google house sitting, they're 21-year-old Australian, surfers, and but so I do make fun of them because they become the face of things, even though they're not the actual representation of that thing.
Right. Well, that goes into media and also who uses media, what media will focus on. Yeah, a lot of that.
Okay, so back to what we were saying. All right, back on topic. Back to the white people lettuce, which is hilarious.
Yes, the white people lettuce. I think that happened with me with asparagus. And in my head, I'm like, it's because asparagus is expensive. That's why. Just think it through. That's why you link it with white people, is because it's costly. And so anyway, so break out of the box.
All right. So we're taking some time to ourselves. We're focusing on, we're working towards meditating. So I saw some comments in here. What about people who can't meditate? Is meditation for everyone?
Oh, you absolutely can meditate. That's like saying people who can't sleep. But I mean, we say there are people who
Right.
can't sleep, but obviously they do sleep, right? Or they wouldn't be functioning.
Hmm.
It's the same thing as with yoga. So that's a great question. You have to find the right type for you. Okay. I mean, they can reach out to me. I can absolutely train them in meditation. There are different types of meditation. Depends what the problem is. Like, why? I would love if you could ask her, why does she say she can't meditate?
Leave that.
Like,
Let's see.
what
Let's
happened?
see. I think that was Professor LCH. Was that you? Can you tell us why? I didn't see. If you did already say why, I can't see it. And if it wasn't you, I apologize. But anyone who's saying that you can't meditate, I assume it's because you fall asleep. That was my that was my assumption. Because
Steph, that's so funny. That is one of the problems. I think I have a video on that, like the 5 most common meditation problems. Sleeping, that's funny. Do you fall asleep? You tend to fall asleep?
yes, because I'm a very good napper. I don't have to be tired to fall asleep. And so
Right.
if I sit down and it's quiet and I just try not to think about things, or I try to like, so what, I don't know how to meditate without thinking about anything. I can meditate on a thing, right? On an affirmation or on a scripture or on a whatever, something that I'm
Right.
trying to visualize or whatever. But boom, next thing I know, I'm waking up.
That's really common. That is really common. That's one of the problems with, I mean, if sleepiness, this is going to sound funny, but first of all, I would sit up. You're probably relaxing, Steph,
Yeah.
instead of like sitting up, and don't sit in a comfortable chair. When
Oh,
you've fallen asleep, sitting in a comfortable chair.
yes, or sometimes just laying on the bed. So don't meditate laying down. I told you I need coaching. I told you.
You're so cute. You're going to lay. No, nobody can meditate. The only people who we do encourage to meditate laying down are if you have like a chronic illness or pain,
Okay.
because you're going to fall asleep. Because think about it. When do you lay down? You lay your body down when you're going to go to sleep. So yeah, no. I always think that's so funny.
Okay.
Yeah. If you just sit, Steph, in like a straight back chair to meditate, don't sit in your lounge chair. Don't sit on your sofa, because you're going to just be like, oh, because your brain is going to think she's not moving around and she's not worried about anything. So she must just really want to relax. So your brain is trying to help you. And pretty soon you're like, you know. So yeah, you've got to make it very slightly uncomfortable.
Okay.
So
I didn't
did
know
she
that.
reply?
That was helpful. She said it
Yeah.
seems excessive. Let's see. Let me go back. I did see a reply. It feels, yes, it's too slow and boring. It feels weird / excessive. Let me put it on the screen. Excessive. So do you mean like indulgent? Like it's not something that is worth your time? And then I see
This,
another comment. I feel easily distracted, like it isn't doing anything. I saw a couple of comments on that. It felt like nothing was happening.
okay. So again, I have a couple of videos on my channel. I have one that's 5 minutes of meditation with me. Everybody can do 5 minutes. Okay. Basically, what you're doing, what I recommend is just watching your breath. So it is going to feel boring, but okay, let me get into teacher mode here.
Okay.
What we have to say to ourselves is, wow, this is how I react when things feel boring. Okay, so this is even deeper than just the meditation, because what meditation will show you is how your mind reacts to things. Goddesses, that's actually what it's about. So if you find that if after 2 minutes and you're noticing boredom and then you have to get away, think about how that affects you in everyday life, at your work, with a love relationship. For example, I've had people who studied meditation with me after like literally like 2 classes, because I think I did like an 8-week group session. She said, I'm able to listen to my partner, like he was talking to me and maybe he was getting into some deep stuff. And she said, I was so calm. I was like literally able to hear him. This is why you want to do it. Okay. Yeah. Keep that up, because I want to respond to that, but keep that, that's why you do it, because it's going to make you very, very calm. It's going to make you more patient. It's going to make you able to really hear what someone is saying without reacting. So it makes you more powerful. And I was so pleased, because this was she was a relatively young person. She was probably like 23 or 24. And here she's saying, after like 3 times really training in meditation, her relationship was changing in a positive way. That's really, really powerful.
It is.
I got tired of. Mhm.
I can
Okay,
see
because
I
I'm
can
not.
see that from her. I can see that what she's saying. because I have been in relationships. I am fine with being bored. I already know that about myself. I'm fine. And I've been in relationships with people who are not fine with being bored. And man, that relationship was not good. Right? Yeah.
Really?
And I didn't realize that that was, it took me a long time to realize that that was a thing. There are people who just can't handle boredom or can't handle like nothing. Right? That when nothing, I'm a fan of nothing, but there are people who are not into nothing. And so maybe I need to note to self, date a man who meditates.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, yeah, I guess, and I blame myself too. Maybe we don't emphasize the benefits to people who haven't done it. So again, imagine being more patient. Imagine, so say your boss is going off on you. It's not that you won't react, but you literally be like the one who's just like watching them like they're an idiot. Seriously, you'll just be able to be like, they'll be, and you're just like, and you'll be able to come back, you'll be able to respond, not react. Because we all know we can react. I mean, I'm very sharp-tongued, right? I can come back at you. If you come at me, I can, but is that going to make the situation better, or is it going to make it worse? Right? So when you're the meditator in the conflict even, or in the relationship, you're able to see the whole thing from a higher perspective. Okay, so she got tired. She wasn't seeing results.
Yes.
So imagine, what results did you want? I'm sure either it wasn't being done properly. If she didn't feel calmer, even immediately after, then it wasn't being done properly. Okay.
One more question, or more questions. Sheila Smiley says, how do you quiet your thoughts in order to meditate? She said that's her issue.
Yeah, that's a great question. So the main misconception about meditation is that you are to quiet your mind. Okay, let me repeat that. That's a misconception, because the mind is made to think. That's like saying you shouldn't blink. Okay, so really, no, get that. The mind is going to think what you're doing. I give this metaphor of like a bird. The mind is like a bird. And when we focus on the breath, right, we give it a home. Like Steph, you said something about, I have to have an affirmation or a phrase I'm saying. That's exactly, so we use the breath as an anchor, like a tree branch. And the mind is like a bird, right? A bird just wants to fly, but it will rest if you give it something repeatedly to rest with. So you don't want to fight your thoughts, Sheila. It's like blurry on my screen. I don't know if I'm saying her name
right. Right.
Sheila, yeah, you don't want to fight your thoughts. When you start to focus on the breath, and you can focus either at the abdomen or up at the base of the nostrils, you'll start to get quieter. And when you notice your mind goes away, you bring it back to your breath. Okay, and that's like the first stage. Eventually you work with your thoughts, where you watch your thoughts, you watch your feelings. For instance, you might remember an old argument with an old lover where where you found out they were cheating on you, or where you got some bad news. All of that, it's like it'll come bubbling up. And that's good, because that was inside of you anyway, right? What the meditation does is stuff will bubble up, and you'll see it and you'll clear it. It's almost like self-therapy. That's what I call it, Steph. It's like self-therapying yourself. It really is.
Do we tie meditation and manifestation together if I'm working? So that's kind of what I do. I don't know if it's really called I don't really know if what I do is meditation or like visualization or like something else.
What are you doing? It sounds like you're mixing a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
I kind of, yeah. So I take a thing that I want to think on, and sometimes it's an actual like thing that I want to try to manifest, or not try to, thing that I want to manifest. And I just like repeat it and repeat it and repeat it to myself in a quiet time, and then until I can get to the point where I just will be doing random things in the day, and it'll be and I can hear it running through my head.
Wow. So you're doing, that would really be called contemplation.
Okay.
And where you pick a thought and you're doing it to manifest. Yeah. You're doing it to manifest. So you're taking a thought or a desire, and you're basically like working with your subconscious. You're almost hypnotizing yourself to it, because especially if it comes back to you later, it definitely has seeped in, right?
Yes.
So that's, it could be called a form of meditation, but meditation that I'm recommending is where you just sort of You basically sit there
Okay.
and do nothing. I'm laughing because I know it doesn't sound good. You sit there and you see what's going on. That's all you're doing. You're sitting there and you're like, what's going on? So,
When you're okay, so while we're in this while we're meditating, some things, some new desires, some new things will come to us, right?
absolutely.
A new
Yeah.
dream for our life will come to us while we're in quiet meditation. Yeah.
So that's a good point. You just made a good point in that typically all the stuff we're teaching on the internet, we're teaching to go from almost the outside.
Yeah.
Okay, visualize, do your vision board, repeat the affirmations. What I'm saying, and I think is a deeper level, is if you do start meditating, goddesses, you're going to get more clear on what you really desire. Because you're going to have that quiet. Meditation is ultimately the mind will quiet. You don't force it because you don't want to set up a conflict, as I said.
Mm-hmm.
That's really common. People will get upset with themselves because they're like, well, my mind just won't shut up.
Yes.
So then they get more angry, they get more agitated, right? And that's not what you want.
No.
So it's basically mindfulness is staying calm and loving towards whatever is happening in the moment. So if your mind, say you start getting sad, you don't push that away. You just would sit with that and notice, okay, sadness. And we would teach a technique called labeling, where you would label it sadness, sadness, and you just feel it. You just feel what's going on. And then what you'll notice is the sadness will tend to go away.
Mm-hmm.
So everything comes, but it also goes away. So that's part of the practice. Yes, no judgment. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't judge your thoughts. So that's why it does take some training, because folks think they're doing it, but they're judging themselves and then they get frustrated. And that is a challenge. We also have to see that. Do I judge myself in daily life?
Yes.
When I'm not perfect, right? So meditation links directly with life, because what you see in meditation is what is happening in your life.
Yes. I've never
Yeah.
thought about it that way, but but it totally makes sense to me because, like I said, I'm perfectly fine with being bored. I can see that. I know that. I love that about me, and I can see how how meditation would be difficult to people who have that struggle. I also have gone from a person who, when I would try to meditate or even sit quietly, I would hear negative things just on replay. And I became more aware and more mindful of what my mind was telling me and why and what I was feeding myself so that these words were coming out of me. Like for years, so I'm gonna tell you this, for years. So I had a miscarriage when I was young. And for years, 20 years, I'm talking Viv, 20 years, when I heard someone else was pregnant, I would say to myself, everybody but me. Exact words. Those exact words. Everybody but me. Everybody gets to be a mother but me. And it took some meditation and some quiet time for a lot. After 20 years of doing this, after 20 years of, it was like a reflex, automatic. It was just every time, no matter if it was somebody I knew, somebody I didn't know, somebody I was extremely happy for, I would say, everybody but you. Everybody gets to be a mother but you. And I got to a place where I worked to replace those words with the source of all abundance is within me. It took a lot. I think that's meditation. I think that is like what you said. I think that's what it was. It took a lot of work for me to sit and say and get that into my spirit. And now when I hear no matter what the good news, some good news that might have triggered feelings of lack, I now have reprogrammed my brain to trigger feelings of abundance. The source of all abundance is within me. If they can get it, I can get it. It's basically what I'm saying.
They're proof that it's available.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're proof that it's available.
Yeah.
Wow, Steph, I have a question for you. When was it that were you actually meditating when you finally realized you were saying this phrase? Like how did you finally see it? The programming, I'll really call it.
So I did it for 20 years and I knew, I don't know, it didn't take long before I knew, I had always known that this is a thing that I say to myself. Like
Ah.
I for 20 years, and I was just like, this is just how it is. It is what it is, right? Sad Stephanie. I used to be Sad Stephanie. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. If you didn't know me then, you don't believe it. But I used to be Sad Stephanie, and that was one of the proof. That's some proof that I have. So I always did it, and I don't know that it had to be revealed to me that I did it. It had to be revealed to me that I had to stop. I heard some people say, I can't remember where it was, someone said, treat yourself with the same grace that you treat other people. Don't say things to yourself that you would never say to someone else. And I was like,
Right.
oh, duh. I would
Right.
never go up to someone who has experienced loss and say, so and so is getting something that you want that you don't have.
Right.
Everybody gets it but you. Right? I would never.
Yeah, that's just mean. Yeah.
Mean.
Yeah.
Why would I be so
Yeah.
mean to myself? So I don't know that it was meditation that brought the revelation, but it was meditation that reprogrammed that. And I have to keep on it, or that I'll slip back into those old. I've heard it again not too long ago, maybe a few months ago. I have to go back and do some more work and get that out of my system, get it out of me. I don't want it.
Yeah, yeah. So I think affirmations are a great way, but they are working from the outside in. And
Yeah.
so I think they're a nice balance with meditation. But yeah, I love your affirmations. I think really taking time. So once you've rested, you have some clarity on what you want. I would affirm a new life. Affirm a new life. Yeah. Whatever your specific goal is or dream. Is it for more peacefulness? Is it for more serenity? Do you want to do your artwork more? Do you want to start your own small business? Like for me, from that stuff, I said, I'll never work for someone again. And I think you said you had that similar revelation. Like
But they won't want me. No.
Oh yeah, I have lost. Yeah, I'm
I
just
can't
not an
imagine.
employee. Unemployable. That's actually a website or something.
Yes, it is. I used to listen to his podcast. Yeah, I totally am
Yeah.
unemployable. Nobody would want me. Oh my gosh, it would be the worst possible experience. Number one, they know I'm only coming until I get like 3 paychecks and then I'm out.
Wow. Yeah, I don't tend, I've tried little jobs since then, and, because people are always, people do pressure you. Like, Steph, do you feel like folks will still because if you don't have a job, people still can't understand what you do.
Right.
Yeah. So
I
friends,
find that
well-meaning will try to tell you to get a job.
nobody wants me to get a job, but people do want me to do things on 10. I am not an on 10. I'm fine with doing things on 4. I want to do as little as possible, right? So they're like, oh, you should have Oprah. You should be the next Oprah. No, indeed. I don't want it. She can have it.
Right. No, that's an
You can have
around the
that.
clock. Yeah, that's an around the clock.
Yes, no, indeed. I don't want that. So I don't know anybody who wants me to get a job anymore. Back in the day, yes, get a job, go to grad school, all the things. But buy home, nobody wants those things from me now, but they do still want me to operate on a level that I don't want to operate on. I don't.
Well, wow. I think that's really hard for us then we've gotten to, because we might still then take that same mindset, even if we start our own business where
Yeah.
we're just like, oh, it has to be this big. So Steph, you've really helped me, because I can see how, like, you're so comfortable with, you've said, oh, I like to do as little as possible.
I do.
When you say that, I'm like, that's challenging for me. I'm like, really?
I do it for me. I do it for my ancestors. I do it for everybody who couldn't. Right?
And this is where the nap ministry comes in. Isn't she fierce? The nap
She
ministry?
is wonderful. I love, love, love her. Yes, the nap
my
ministry. Last time I mentioned the nap ministry, people thought I was joking. No. Okay. On Instagram,
No.
she is the nap ministry. And she calls herself in particular the nap bishop.
She's worth following. Yes. Goddesses, she's worth following on Instagram. She will not make you jealous or insecure. And I have to say, yeah, when I first found her, I was like, what is this? Like, I didn't take it seriously at first, but literally when I heard the name, but within reading about 3 of her posts, I was like, I mean, she has like a PhD in like, this is really deep. This isn't just putting out cute little quotes, okay? Like everybody on Instagram.
She's doing
She
work.
has studied this.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is like work. And she's absolutely serious about it, and it's really empowering because she makes you realize, like, oh wow, I am exhausted. Oh,
Yes.
this isn't normal. Oh, is it? And she links it with white supremacy and capitalism. And so, I mean, it may not appeal to everyone, but I think on some level we'll know that she's speaking the truth, even if we don't want to go as far, like, oh, I'm not, I'm anti-capitalist. Maybe you're not like all the way at that end, but her stuff will resonate. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I see some. Yeah. So you guys, I put the link to her Instagram. She's on Instagram. She's on Twitter. She's on all of that. Okay. So thank you for the super chats. I'm sorry, JMD. Thank you for your super chat. And I just saw the new one pop up. Mary Lee, thank you very much for that super chat. The super chat is going to Viv.
Yeah. Who's it going to?
It's going to you.
Oh, it is?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, all summer my guests are getting the super chat money. You rock.
Oh.
Mary Lee says you rock. Thanks, Mary Lee. All right. So super chat money is going to Viv. The other one was not in US dollars, so I don't know. So don't get excited when you see the number. It wasn't US dollars, but thank you.
Oh, well, yeah, it was large. I know. Yeah. Like if it's rupees or something, it's like 5,000. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you both for the super chat. I'm sorry. I put the other one on the screen, but it's too far gone now and I can't see it, but I believe that was from JMD. So thank you both for the super chat. Yes, rest as reparation. So I don't
Yes.
so I don't want to say that I think reparations are reparations. I want cash, thank you. But I do believe in using rest as a form of resistance. I reject the principle that the idea that my value is tied to what I do, what I produce, what I make for the world. I am a valuable person without doing anything. And so that's why
that's really deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much for that super chat.
We're so funny. I didn't really talk to you about how long I could stay on, but part of what I'm manifesting is I want to actually take like a 3-month trip to Italy. Yes. I've been there twice. And so I'm practicing. I'm actually finally learning Italian. And I have my practice buddy. Good. We're supposed to start practicing like
right now.
Like now, but yeah, I want to finish up if there's any.
Okay, so one more time, tell people how they can. So we've got your YouTube channel linked here. Tell us how we can learn more from you and work with you. And if you want to send her some super chat cash, go ahead and do it. I'll leave my Cash App and my Cash App in the chat as well.
I'm trying to think of what's the very best. If I should actually give like my email. So the best thing is to go to my website, In the Flow of Magic, intheflowofmagic.com, and that has contact information. Oh, thank you, Excuse. Yeah, but like, are there any last questions? Because I did tell my practice partner, I think she's from Rome. I'm like, girl, I'm going to be late. Just hang on, wait for me. Okay. And she said, okay, I'll wait.
That's wonderful. I love the idea of putting something behind that manifestation, right? We're not, right? Faith without works is dead. You want to manifest this thing, you're putting some effort into it. I'm actually starting to learn Turkish on my phone because I want to spend the spring in Turkey. Yes, we're putting some feet behind the faith.
Well, so once you have some clarity, you start doing some affirmations, and we could definitely end with this, is that you have to take they can be small steps. Like, Steph, how much was that Turkish book? That's not real expensive, right?
No. I paid for an app, and it was I paid $30 for a year on the app.
Okay, for a whole year. So start to take action, because spirit is, you're basically saying, this is real. I really want to do this. So when you do put in some effort, you can still nap, but you're going to put it, but remember, you're putting in effort for what you want, and that's different, right? When you're putting effort for what you desire, it's not going to feel stressful. Like I have missed maybe 3 days in the last 3 months of practicing my Italian. I just do it every day, because I love it. And I'm like, I want to get good at this, right? So if it's for you, that motivation is there. So it's not going to feel like hard work. And I really believe we can accomplish what we desire, especially, and like Steph, something that you said, it doesn't need to be Oprah level, because I think that's a trap.
It's a trap.
Because it real quick comment here. Two friends, two gay guy friends, and they're lovely, and they're both like, one of them is like telling the other, oh well, you could make this amount of money, and one of them says, well, that's nothing. And I swear to God, it was a huge amount of money for whatever it was, and he goes, well, that's not Oprah level money. And the other friend who I'm closer to was telling me, like, what is wrong with him? Well, nothing is Oprah level money, for God's sakes. It was like 5 figures for something. And the guy's like, it's nothing. And in his life stuff, it would have been a lot, believe me. But he had this level of, oh, it's nothing because it's not as rich as Oprah. And so we have to be careful of that. Like, for yourself, you don't want to work as hard as her. You don't want to work as hard as many other people you have to make it your dream. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really hard. I think making it our dream is the hardest thing, because we're being fed other people's dreams all the time. Mm-hmm. All the time.
All the time.
Right?
All the time.
All the time.
That's right. Yeah, that's why we need this time away and this quiet time to find out, what do you really want? Because I'm here to tell you, if you've never had a long block of nothing to do, you might not know. You might not know what you really want. You know what other people want for you, and you know what you've been told and conditioned to want. But you might not know. You might not know what you like. You might not know what you definitely don't know what you're good at, because you haven't tried things and stuck with, yes. So yes to this. If you haven't gotten anything else from today, you have learned the value of quiet time alone, right? The sabbatical and a continued practice of meditation or something. And
I would say minimum is a weekend. If you really find a way where, if maybe somebody has like a little like country house that they're not using now, or do an Airbnb, because if you're working that hard, you probably can afford to do just a little Airbnb for a weekend, right?
Right.
And don't go with your girlfriends. Don't just go by yourself. Mm-hmm. Go by yourself.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I can't tell you. So everyone who doesn't know me from before this channel, you don't know the change that happened in my life. And it happened from these things, right? From the sabbatical, right? From that year of travel with no work, zero work, and from continued, whatever you want to call it, whether it's meditation or continued something, some sort of,
self-inquiry.
Yeah. Yes, digging deep into what do I really want? What do I really need? What do I really do? Yes, yeah. I mean, I am changed. So if you're feeling like you're stuck, or you need a breakthrough, right? You're in a toxic situation, or maybe it's not toxic; it's just not for you.
Right.
We are witnesses that change comes, and these things are the things that can bring that change to you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm sorry, I couldn't, so I tried to put all of the super chats on the screen. I hope I've acknowledged all of your super chats, but I appreciate them, and they will go to Viv while she is on her call with her language partner. How did you find your language partner?
italki. Now I know you, and I did look into. Did you talk about not Preply? Steph, what did you talk about? Cambly.
Cambly is the reverse. Cambly is you teaching English to people. I don't know that they do other languages. Do they?
Well, what's so funny? I applied on iCambly, so thank you for that.
Okay.
Because if I'm going to be doing guys, I'm learning from Steph too. Like, I really am a fan of yours, because some of this stuff I know, Steph. Like, I knew people back after college who went to China to teach English, but I'm like, China? I don't want to go to China. So I didn't take the idea. Oh, well, maybe you can go to Costa Rica. Maybe you can go to Tanzania. Like, just take the idea and run with it. So I actually did apply to Cambly to teach. So if I get it, I'll tell you. And so I was accepted on italki to teach English. So to fund my expat life.
That's right. Yes. Italy, here we come. Yes.
So thank you guys. All right. I'm going to run.
Okay.
And Antonella awaits.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going to stick around for just a few minutes just to scroll through. But thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you so much. And I'll remind everyone one more time where to go to work with you.
Thank you guys.
Okay, thank you. All right, guys. So I'm going to stick around for just a minute, not for very long, but for just a minute, because I saw a couple questions in the chat saying I wasn't answering the questions in the chat. But I'm sorry. I'm on a third-party app called Ecamm Live, and I can't see. So if there's something that I can answer, not Viv, ask it right now. You have like 60 seconds. If not, if it's a house sitting question, I have a lot of house sitting videos on my channel. Just go to my channel, watch my most recent live stream called Could You House Sit for Free Accommodation? If you have a house sitting question, go there. All right. Thank you for the super chats and the cash apps. I'm going to send that to Viv right in a few minutes. And then thank you for some of you checked on me because of the tropical storm. I'm in Tampa. The hurricane was downgraded to a tropical storm before it got to us. It spun around Tampa, did not really hit at all. I slept through it. And so thank you for checking on me and the dogs, but we were fine. And then my house sitting client's mother the plan was for the mom to come and get us. She only lives 45 minutes away. So everything is good there. All right. So, okay. So I don't see any new questions. Okay. I saw a comment that said I didn't answer your questions, but I didn't see it. So I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you very much for this. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you very much for communicating and community building in the chat. I see you. I see you. Thank you for that. We are a community. In 2022, we're going to find ways to actually do community stuff. One of those things is we're going to be in Turkey, Antalya, Turkey, Easter 2022. Okay, so the chat is not enough. We are going to take it to another level, but we're going to work on some things. Maybe, like, if you're interested, would you be interested in a group message board, or group, not a Facebook group, right? A separate group. Would you be interested in that kind of thing? I'm going to ask you that later, okay? But I do want to work on, so that is something. So this birthday, because my birthday is in the middle of the year, I get to evaluate stuff, going forward. And so during my 47th year, I would like to do more community creation off of this chat, right? We get the Saturday chat, but I would like to do more. I see you guys. So yes, right? The Vacarians, we're in it together, but I would like to figure out a way to do more. So I'm rambling. I'm just saying thank you. Group message board would be awesome. So there are a couple of pro apps out there where people do things. And so like, what is it called? Discord and whatever. I don't use any of them because I'm a hermit. So I don't use any of these. So maybe I can find a way for us to communicate off of this live stream chat. If you think that's unnecessary, tell me. Give me feedback. And I think that's all I wanted to say. Can we go to Singapore? Rochelle, I've had a couple of trips where I had like 18-hour layovers in Singapore, and I never left the airport because the airport is so much fun. So I've never been to Singapore. I don't have it on my list. Asia is struggling with COVID right now. So I don't know what's going to happen, child. But Turkey is first, okay? Antalya, Turkey. I'm not talking about this is a trip that I'm running. No, I will be in Turkey. If you want to hang out, come over to Turkey. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Karen saying Mew and Discord. Okay, Kim, I'll check my email. Sorry, I didn't mean to put that on the screen. Karen is saying Mew or Discord. Okay, so I'm going to check a couple things out and see if there's a way, see what we can work on. Because I do want, that is something that I wrote down for my, I don't have that. I have 2 notebooks here, but neither one of them is that notebook. Some things that I want to work on for this 47th year of life, and that's one of them. All right. So that's all I wanted to say. Slack. Okay, Asti says Slack. Okay, so I'm going to look around. I'm going to poke around, see if I like any of them, and see. And then I'll let you know. Telegraph. Thank you, friends. Thank you for sharing this, because this is not something I know. Telegraph. This is not my world. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Jackophie, do I plan for retirement or old age? Yes. I have a retirement investment account or savings, IRA, whatever it's called. And I plan to continue to make money, right? The things that I do don't have a time limit, right? being a coach and or whatever don't have a time limit. Even YouTube, right? These YouTube videos will continue to make money. I'm working on authorship. The books will continue to make money. But yes, I invest for retirement. So there's no info, Nirel. It's just Antalya, Turkey, Easter. That's it. Easter 2022. Me and I think hopefully me and my mom and dad, I've committed them. I think my dad will be in. I think he'll be in. We'll be in Turkey that weekend. Easter, Antalya, Turkey. I would like to spend the whole spring there, personally, me. And then I don't know about my parents. I don't know how long they'd be willing to come. My mom would probably be willing to come for much longer than my dad, so we'll work on that. But there's no plan. It's just be there. Maybe we'll work on like a space. I don't know. My plan is just we go to restaurants and take excursions, right? Get a yacht. Because like in Turkey, I'm sure that we could get a yacht for the day for a few dollars a person. I don't know. This is as far as I've gotten. Okay. I won't be scared. I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you. This is an invitation. We'll be there. I hope that you'll be there for some community forming something. I mean, it's just going to be us. It's not going to be like a conference. I hope that you understand. It's not a conference. I'm going to be in Turkey, and I hope that you can hang out with us. Okay? Antalya is a beach town. It's kind of Mediterranean. I guess it's Mediterranean, period. I guess. Beach city in Turkey. So Istanbul, of course, is the city, but Antalya is another large city in Turkey. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, there's no plan. Like, just be there. Okay. Yeah. Tice, there's no plan. That's it. Like, that is the extent of the plan. I probably will buy airline tickets. If that's April, like around January. I don't usually like to get tickets too far in advance unless a huge flight deal pops up. Orthodox Easter. No, I'm talking about, I think Easter weekend is April 15th or something. I'm talking about like when the U.S. will be celebrating Easter. I don't know. I don't have the date, so I can't type it in. But you know, the Easter that we would, regular Easter. Is it called regular Easter? I don't know. I just stayed on because I'm not used to our sessions only being an hour, our live streams only being an hour. I'm like, I waited all week for this. We hanging out for a while. Not a conference. No workshops. Just Black Girl Magic in Turkey. That's it. Right? Bring some swimsuits. April, hopefully it'll be, I don't know. Are we going to be getting in the water in April? Maybe not. Well, maybe we can find maybe your place will have a heated pool. Maybe. All right. Okay. It's real. Okay, good. Okay. And Donna's telling me about Voxer and GroupMe. Thank you. I appreciate this, friends. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to check these out. I've got Mew, Discord, Slack, Telegram, Voxer, and GroupMe. I'm going to check these out over the next couple of weeks, and then we'll do some of that. I think that this is a good time to start working on that. It's lovely to have no plan. It's basically how I live my life, right? I recommend it. If you're always scheduled or whatever, it's going to seem strange to you, but I recommend it. I recommend some free time, some legit free time. Maybe that's what we will call this in Turkey. This is just free time in Turkey, okay? This is not a doing things and all of that. Not that. Believe me. Okay, if you come to Turkey expecting a workshop, you're going to be disappointed. Because I'm just going to be eating whatever they eat in Turkey. Hummus? I don't know, because I haven't been there yet. So that's it. Okay, so we're talking, I would guess Friday, I'm guessing like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll be doing things in Turkey. I'll be there hopefully a lot longer. Hopefully I'll be there like March, April, May. That's my plan, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so April 17th is actual Easter. So we're just talking that weekend, right? Hopefully you can stay longer. Hopefully you can stay longer because it's a long way to go for a lot of us. But That's it. Thank you, Profess. Thank you. Yeah, I'm like, wait, we can't go yet. We can't go yet. Thank you, Mom. My mom sent me birthday flowers. She wasn't satisfied with the first birthday flower, so they sent me 2 replacements. So thanks, Mom. They do still look very good. The original arrangement is in the bedroom, is in my bedroom. It's starting to, you know, it's starting to not look so good. But the other 2 look great still, don't they? Yeah, so thank you for those, Mom. Thank you. Let's keep them in the shot. Thank you very much. Okay? Yeah, I think we could do a day on a yacht or whatever, but I'm not planning a whole bunch, okay? Like you already know, somebody, if we do a day on the yacht, it'll be because someone else called and found out the price. Antalya, Antalya, Antalya. I believe that's right. Antalya, Turkey. I think it's not far from some of the, I was going to call them church towns, some of the religious cities in Turkey. Ephesus, I believe, is near there, and Smyrna, which they call Izmir, Smyrna, right? Some towns from the Bible. I think my parents would like to go visit that area. But we're going to be in Antalya that weekend, right? Even if we do some other bopping around Turkey before or after. We'll be in Antalya that weekend, just vibing. Just vibing. Let's see. Can I contact the lady in Costa Rica with a question? I can't get the right one. Can I contact the lady in Costa Rica with a question? Yes, she is the Global Black Girl. And she said it was best to contact her on Instagram. I know that I always say don't DM me, but she said that this is the best way to contact her, okay? On Instagram. Okay? A meet and greet. Yes, where we're going to be meeting and greeting each other. Okay? Seafood, let you know, will let us know when in advance. That's it. That's all I got. April, Easter weekend 2022. That's it. I'll let you know when I get my tickets. Yes, if that's what you mean, because I was talking about flights. I will let you know if you want to know about when I book my flight. I'll tell you that. That's right. Do I plan on going back to Mexico? I think so my regular client, I usually house sit for in December. So probably. I usually house sit for a regular client December and then May. The same client for the whole month. So maybe. Yes, Easter 2020, April 17th-ish. Let me get my calendar. Y'all act like y'all don't know. You know when Easter is. Let's see. I mean, you don't know when it is, but you know how to find it. Let's see. Easter is the 17th. So probably like Thursday the 14th through Sunday the 17th, most people will be there hanging out. Come when you want. Stay as long as you can. Leave when you feel like it, right? We're just vibing. That's the 2021 word. We're just vibing. I'm in Tampa, Florida. I'm in a beautiful house sit. Oh man, I'm spoiled. I've been super spoiled. I've been in the pool. So if you follow me on on Instagram at Vicarious, I've been doing some Insta stories from the pool. And I posted a video of me in the pool just on my birthday, just because I've been floating. I'm a floating person, and I have been floating the week and the summer away. So that's what's happening here. Let's see. What about seafood restaurant brunch on Easter? Someone is more than welcome to find us the perfect. We'll put someone in charge of the Easter brunch restaurant. We will do that, okay? So now we have one thing that we're going to do. On Easter Sunday, we're going to have brunch. Maybe we'll go to a Greek, what are they called? An Orthodox Christian church, maybe, for Easter service, because I'm sure they do short church. I would guess. I need to look that up before I commit myself to going to church, though. I need to know how long I'm going to be there. And then we will have a beautiful brunch on Sunday. So we have one thing planned, one thing that we will plan. And then maybe Saturday can be the yacht day or Friday can be the yacht day. I think it sounds lovely, too. I hope that you'll join us. Again, I'm not organizing anything. Okay, I need to make that clear. If you don't know, now you know. I do as little as possible. But I think it does sound lovely, and I hope that we can be there. I did some floating, didn't I, Shelley? I did. I floated almost every day. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get in the pool today, but pretty much every day, except for if every day that we've had sun, I've been in that pool. And some of the days when we had rain, I'm like, look, we got 10 minutes with no rain. Let me get in this pool. The dogs be looking at me like, what is she doing? I believe Antalya is the nearest airport. Yes, you could fly into Istanbul. Well, yeah, so you probably will have a layover in Istanbul. Yes, but I believe Antalya. Yes, Antalya has an airport. It's a city. It's a good sized city. Um, she said that she was. What did she tell us? Yes, she gave us her website, which is shoot. Let me see. Intheflowofmagic.com. Let me put that on the screen. Can you see that? Flow. Let me type that into my thing and put it on the screen. Okay. This is her preferred place for you to contact her. I assume that there's a contact, either a contact box or a pop-up on the site. But she's also she didn't give her Instagram handle, so I'm not going to give it. She just talked to YouTube and her website. Okay? Okay. I've been to Turkey. I loved it. Prepare to buy good rugs. But then, is it worth it, really? Is it worth it to get a rug in Turkey and have it shipped back to the US, like for real? Because I'll do it. I'll plan. Okay, thank you. Wanda saying group me. Thanks, Wanda. I wrote it down already. Thank you, Wanda. Is it worth shipping? Like, it's that much of a deal and that good of a rug? We're not talking just some raggedy, rug. Okay, I hear you. Okay. Connie Perry loves to shop, so okay. Okay. So maybe church service. I don't. Maybe I'm not gonna commit myself to church service yet. If it's gonna be hours, Stephanie's not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. We'll watch church on the laptop. I'm not from the beach. Watch church on the laptop from the beach. I'm not committing myself to hours in church on Easter Sunday. All right. Oh, Stephanie, your birthday mermaid photo was everything. Oh, so glad you're getting the glorious birthday celebration you want and deserve. Thank you. I've had a wonderful birthday. I guess I'm done. It was Monday, so I guess that's enough celebrating. I'm out of I'm out of Prosecco, so I guess I'm done. But thank you. I had a wonderful birthday weekend. It was so nice hanging out with you guys most of the weekend, right? I went live here on Saturday, and then Monday, I went live on Instagram, gave away some stuff. Congratulations to the winners. Thais, I think that's the same Thais. Thais is here. Gave away some one-on-one calls and gave away some art and some books and some candles. So it was a super fun birthday. But I guess it's time for me to put it in the past and say it was over. All right. Thanks, but thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Thank you for that. I thanked you for checking on me after the storm. I forgot about how kind and thoughtful and generous you were with me for my birthday. I appreciate that so much. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I had a great birthday. I know it seems strange. I'm in a house by myself in a town where I don't know anybody with 4 dogs. But I had a great birthday. I'm looking forward to 47. I'm excited I am in 47 already, but I'm excited about 47. I'm excited about this new year. Yes, I'm a Cancer. I'm a water sign, which is why I love getting in the pool every day. Every day I'm getting in the pool. I've twisted my hair up just so that I can get back in the pool every day and not have to feel bad about my hair looking terrible. My mom celebrates the month of Connie, so she does celebrate her birthday month. But I'm like, there's no such thing as a birthday month. It's your birthday, birth month. But I feel like I did it. I did everything that I wanted to do. So I feel like it's okay to close that out. All right. Okay. Okay, so that's it. So we've talked to the subject of the video, and now we've talked turkey. Okay, so Talk turkey. I crack myself up. We've talked turkey, so we now know, you know, we know what we know. We know the plan, which is there is no plan. Um, so I think that's it, right? Oh, good. Elaine, you got them? Good. You're very welcome. I did see the shipping notification, but I never got a delivery notice, so I didn't know that you'd gotten them yet. Good. I'm glad. I love those books. Elaine won Vintage Black Glamour, the box set. Vintage Black Glamour and Gentleman's Quarters, two books by Nichelle Gaynor. Um, that I'm so jealous that you won those, Elaine. Invite me over so I can see the books for myself. Yeah, they're books that I just can't, like, it doesn't make sense for me to have coffee table books. I ain't got no coffee table. I don't have anywhere to leave them or put them. But yeah, okay. All right. Okay, and then Stephanie, the real Steffi D, I think you are on Instagram. Stephanie won the candle. Okay, good. Waiting on the candle. I want to come back in stock. Okay, I think she has a thing where hopefully you put your email address in so that you'll be notified because I think selling out is kind of a regular thing for her. She's, you know what I mean? They're going to sell out again when they come back in stock. So hopefully you get the email notification so you'll know. Stephanie won candles from a candle maker, and she has candles like "I Quit My Job" and self-care. Yeah, just on message, right? Of course, candles that I would love. All right. Yeah, I needed to look for a swim cap. I don't know why I didn't bother to look for a swim cap. Because that would make it much easier. Because instead, I wet my hair before I get in to try to keep chlorine away, and then I have to wash it and wash my twists at least every time I get out, and then re-oil them. So I just didn't think about it, and now, well, I still have 4 weeks here, so maybe I should go ahead and look for one. I have 4 weeks here, and then I'll wear them when we're in Turkey. Thank you, Teresa. I'll check it out. I didn't think about it ahead of time. I don't know. For some reason, I didn't think I was going to get in the pool like I was. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so right treat. New moon tonight. Okay, posting a new moon manifestation video today. Good, thank you. This is something that I've started doing recently. Remember, I told you about the time that I went outside and I saw a shooting star and I couldn't make a wish. Like I couldn't get any words to come out of my mouth. And like literally 2 days later, my cousin Stacy, who is lifestyle of a Christian on Instagram, wrote out was just did Instagram stories of her writing out. I don't know if it was an affirmation, but just writing out the same thing over and over. And and then Krista, I think Krista Starr, at the same time said, "It's a new moon. Here's how you manifest for the new moon." And I wrote down. This was like October 2019. I wrote down, I get publicity that pays, right? That when I went from not being able to say any words to saying the words I wrote down were, I get publicity that pays, because my YouTube channel was going strong. My coaching business was just getting off the ground. I wanted some PR. I wanted some PR to bring in clients. And so I wrote that down. I get publicity that pays. And I had already pitched a few things. And right after that, so I did the new moon man between her and Lynn, who is a friend of mine. It was a house sitter friend of mine. Lynn, they both were like, new moon, get out, do your manifestations, right? Write out your stuff. So I did it, and that was October. November, I was featured in Exo Nicole, right? Publicity, that page. And Las Morenas de España, which is a site for Black women. Las Morenas de España, something we've never talked about here, but we should. A site for Black women in Spain or wanting to move to Spain. Most English-speaking Black women, I would say, who want to move to Spain. And I was featured in both of those sites within a couple of weeks of writing out that manifestation and saying it until the point where I would just sing it in my head, like sweeping the floor. I'd be like, I get publicity that pays, hey, you're right. And I got publicity that paid me. So since then, I've been trying to be more mindful of like new moon manifestation. But I thank you, Bright Treat, for reminding me, reminding us. I've been trying to be more mindful because I have notebooks full of things that I want to write out, and that I write out, and that's it. That's all I have to say about that. Well, Kat, check out her channel. Go to the Right Treats channel. Okay, she says she has a video about it, so I assume that you also have a video explaining it. Yeah. Oh, if we had like a chat or a Discord or whatever already, we could talk about this. Yeah. As far as I know, it's just what Lynn told me. Lynn, my house sitter friend, she just told me it's the new moon. It's time to manifest. Right? So that's all I can. Kat, I can't give you any more info. But check out the Red Treats channel and see what she's saying. They. I assume you're a she, but you might not be. So they. Check out what they're saying. Yes. Okay. Y'all are going there. Okay. Check out what they're saying. Teaching. All right. Also, I don't know. I don't know that I saw a new moon video in particular on Yoga Bliss Dance's channel, but don't forget to check her out too. She may have something. Okay, good. Yes, yes. Yeah, so I don't have any particular thing that I want to work towards manifesting for this month. I guess I do. I want a paid sponsor on my channel. Yeah, so I guess that is a thing that I'm manifesting, but I more want to work towards some longer term things that I want to manifest. How's my novel coming? I've kind of put it down. So I thank you for asking, Shelley. I didn't do the best job of organizing or plotting the scenes. And so I got about 65% through with the first draft, which I knew was going to be ugly anyway. And I was like, oh, the scene, it's not working. It's not working. Because it's a cozy mystery, we needed to build. And it's just like, then this happened, and then this happened. So I'm going back to the drawing board I have a coach, a writing coach. I'm going back to the drawing board with some of his content, videos on actual scenes. I must have skipped them the first time on how to build a scene, right? So the answer is I put it down for a little while and I'm working on something else for the summer. And I don't know that I'm going to spend much time working on the book this summer, but it's still happening. Stephanie Perry, an author, right? I told Stephanie Perry, author, philanthropist, mother, right? These things are still happening, but not this month. So progress. So I am making progress, Shelley. But it's not ready for the world, and it will not be ready for the world this summer. All right. I'm using a man named Daniel David Wallace out of the UK. Actually, I think he lives in the US, but he's English. He's a white man, Daniel David Wallace. I like his teaching. I like the way that he teaches writing a book, right? About scenes, about themes, about development and character development. I like the way that he teaches. Tiffany, what's my best money advice when you need to take a break? I have a playlist on that called Grown Up Gap Year A to Z. All right. House sit, like no question. House sit if you need to take a break on a budget. House sit / pet sit. Go to inexpensive places. Right now, that's Mexico and Central and South America. A lot of the world is still not letting us in, but if you need a break now, house sit and go to Mexico. And then watch those videos. I have, let's see, the specific money videos in that playlist. The playlist is called Grown Up Gap Year A to Z. The specific money videos are how I saved $14,000 to quit my job to travel, and affordable travel hacks. I think it's called affordable travel. I have some money videos in there, so you'll see them. But short and sweet, go cheap places, house sit. Or do a work exchange. You can do a work exchange and get free room and board as well. Right Treat, I don't know that people can see your link. YouTube won't let people in the chat drop links. Only I can drop links. So instead, people will just go to your channel. Woofing. This is woofing. WWOOF. She said whooping. Joya, you put whooping. Woofing. It's an F, not a P. Woofing is great as well. So I did work exchanges through, let me leave that up. I did work exchanges through Workaway, workaway.info, helpx.net, and Woof, WWOOF, are good sites to get free room and board in exchange for 4 hours or so of work every day. And there are people around the world who will take you in. Regina, I haven't even gotten this far yet. I'm not planning. So I don't know. I think, Turkey, you need to be vaccinated right now or have a negative PCR COVID test. But I don't know what it's going to be in April. I'm half vaccinated. I gotta get my second one. Don't yell at me. I'm halfway there. I'm behind the schedule. But I had too much to do last week. I just couldn't do it last week. I couldn't afford a down day. I'm expecting there to be a down day after the vaccine. And last week, Rashida and I ran the Get Your Next 3 Clients Challenge, which went really well. But I just needed to be able to work. So this week, I keep saying every week, I'll do it next week, but this week. Work exchanges, watch the video, CJHRL. So watch the video on work exchanges. If you go to my channel, you'll see the playlist called Grown Up Gap Year A to Z. There's a video on work exchanges. You do work for 4 or 5 hours a day, you get free room and board. That's the short of it, but there are longer videos. Tiffany, one of them is with Tiffany Hurd, Tiffany Travels. Yeah, so I've got videos on work exchanges on my channel. All right. Oh, Kat. Yeah, it's weird. It's a strange time to be traveling. Hopefully by April, things will be more chill. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Cutie Pie Girl, you super late. Our guest is gone. We done talked about turkey. We over. I'm leaving, okay? I'm leaving. Okay, I'm glad to hear that, Teresa. I just needed to be prepared. Last week, like I said, we were running the challenge, and I just could not afford a down day. And I needed to prepare in case there was a down day. The link, yeah. I can do that, Crystal. Let me get it. lasmorenasdeespaña.com. They're a very active Facebook group. Okay, this is the website run by the group for Black women in Spain or going to Spain. Las Morenas de España. I'm in the Facebook group, but I don't hang out there too much. Portugal, Portugal is my bae, but Spain is the neighbor, so I kind of like just creep in the group a little bit. All right. Okay, that's it. Okay, Wendy, I don't know yet. I don't know where you're flying from. It's all relative, child. If you want to lay over, do you want to nonstop? I think I'll probably, if I fly with my parents, if I don't go until they go, we'll probably do a stop in Europe, in some European city, so they can hang out there and check that out for a while. I don't know. I can't tell you how much is a good price for Turkey. It's relative. Depends on where you're flying from. We can fly from New York. We can fly from like JFK or what's it called? EWR, Newark. We can fly from Baltimore, DC. We can fly from Philly. If you're flying from Tulsa, Oklahoma, child, who knows what it costs? People in the Midwest pay a premium to fly, right? So I can't give you an answer on what's a good price. You have to look, do some searching, and then set some alerts. You're welcome, Crystal. Okay, that's it. All right. Okay, thanks again. Oh, I was going to tell you what we do next Saturday, but I didn't because Danielle Wallace is on YouTube. I don't know Danielle Wallace. That might not be for me. Charmaine, are you talking to me? Are you asking me a question about Danielle Wallace? I haven't. So I know who I meant to invite, but I didn't invite our guest for next week yet. So I can't preview it. I can't like give you a preview because I have not confirmed that she's coming next week. All right. That's it. Okay, that's it. Thanks so much for hanging out, friends. Thanks for again being here and being part of the community. I'll keep you updated on what we decide on our like chat slash Slack slash Discord channel. Right, I'll let you know about that. Okay, and until then, I'll see you at least next Saturday. Have a wonderful week. Bye. Thank you, and thank you for hanging out. Thank you.